If you're thinking about going to Seoul, Korea, this video is for you. We're going to tackle well-known places, lesser-known places, and can't-miss places in Seoul, Korea, and lots of food items. And as a bonus, I'm reviewing 2 of the Michelin Star restaurants in Seoul, Korea, and hopefully this video has helped you. Well, join up. The first destination is Gyeongbokgung Palace, which is right next to Four Seasons Hotel. You could get a hanbok dress, and there's plenty of rental places. Just find a rental place that you like. It's not that expensive. You can take photos and videos with the dress. Here's my wife changing different dresses, see which one she likes. And afterwards, with cherry blossom throughout the entire property, it is really, really beautiful. With our luck, of course, it rained, but still plenty of tourists. I recommend coming early, especially if you're staying at Four Seasons. You'll avoid the crowd. And right now, it's actually not as crowded as later on. And walking, always bring an umbrella in case it does rain. One of the tips I would give, if you're looking at really good solo photos or videos, I recommend going to the offshoots, which I'll show later, which is way less crowded, but this is the main square of the palace. As you can see, plenty of people. You won't ever get a solo video shot as it's pretty difficult. We hired a guide through Viator, which was helpful. And as we come towards the sides of the palace, as you can see, way less crowds, and the photo opportunity is much better, especially with cherry blossoms. It is really beautiful. I would highly recommend coming and seeing it. We all see these palaces in the soap operas and in Korean dramas on Netflix, but to actually see in person with the history, it is amazing. In case it does rain, it does get cold, especially if you rent a hanbok dress, so always bring a coat just in case. One of the gems I love about this palace is actually the perimeters, where you got great cherry blossom views and also architecture. As you can see around the periphery, there's nobody, so you got great photo and video opportunities. About a 5-10 minute walk is the Blue House, which is their president's house. For us, it was a bit of letdown. We would recommend probably skipping. Compared to the White House or the US Congress Capitol, much different. Everybody's worn down and old. The next place is the Coex Mall, the Starfield Library. You always see this on Instagram. It's really, really crowded. It's good to see once, but overall, just a one-time visit, I believe, is plenty for this place. As you can see, there's so many people trying to get the perfect shot and video. It's really tough. The best tip I could give you is take a video or photo along the escalator up with the other person there. Being so popular now on Instagram and videos, it's just so crowded, you won't really get a solo shot anymore. I highly recommend taking the subway here, that way you avoid the traffic of Gyeongbokgung. Don't take a taxi here. On the second floor of Starfield Library is Percent Coffee Shop. I'll recommend coming here, just get a coffee. They got all different types of coffee, choose the one you like. It's worth it. Then you can take the escalator down with your cup of coffee so you blend in with the crowd. But I think this place right here is the best kept secret at Coex Mall. Has the best grilled meat dishes possible. So they sell out really fast. I recommend coming here for early lunch or early dinner, as their meat dishes actually sell super fast. As you can see, it's really delicious. So hard to describe how delicious it is. Highly recommend this place. The other place we researched was hair care to try out in Korea. So Juno Hair in Gyeongbokgung is highly recommended. The cost for men is about $120 to $150. For women, it's about $150 to $200 US. And that's me enjoying the hair care and some of the nutritious things they put in. We'll see if it works. And after your hair treatment, just come down here, Myeongdong street food. Again, accessed by subway. These are vanilla pudding filled cookies and wafers. We also ordered some cheese skewers.
Like the trail piggy, what's it called?
The cheese skewers are tasty, but the vanilla pudding was a little too sweet for our taste. But if you like a sweet tooth, you'll love it. sweet pancakes we both love. We could not get enough of it. Yeah, it was really good. The other pancakes, kimchi pancakes were okay. Seafood pancakes were okay too. We planned this trip to see the cherry blossoms, and out of all the research, we highly recommend Seokchon Lake to see them. It's a 2-lake system. It's a large loop around the lake system, and lots of locals who go there. It is really beautiful, and this is a place I would highly recommend to see the cherry blossoms when you come to Seoul. The good part about this loop is highly organized. It's only one direction, so there's no contra flow or contra traffic. You can take photos, videos without worrying about people bumping into you. I would highly recommend this place for cherry blossoms. So the first trip we missed a full bloom, so this is the second time we went back to the same park, and the cherry blossoms were out of this world. We're so excited. They actually finally bloomed, and enjoy the show.
여기 이렇게 유치부
And here comes the exciting part. Here's Seoul Dining, a Michelin Star restaurant. It's actually our favorite out of the 2 Michelin Star restaurants we went to. It is hidden, so ask for directions beforehand. Good evening. Good evening. And they give you a preset menu. Everything was really good, and we'll kind of enjoy this adventure together. And hopefully you guys get a chance to come here. I would highly recommend it. If you're a wine connoisseur, here's their wine pairing with their dishes. We elected to just stick with their champagne, and their champagne was really delicious, as you'll see right now.
Restaurants. So it's many fine dining restaurants in France. It's
We literally drank about 2 bottles of the champagne. We loved it. The first finger bite is tilefish. It's sweet and tasty. The second course is octopus with persimmon salad. It was fresh, springy, and sweet. The next course is tartare with sweet Korean pear, a bit of bitter from the leaf. I would have lots of this. Next dish is abalone with mascarpone cheese and white mushroom and some vinaigrette. Had a burnt taste, but the seaweed kind of made it off-putting. Next course was a Korean chicken soup. Has basil oil, white asparagus, mustard seed, chicken breast. It was the best chicken soup I ever had. It's well seasoned, balanced with a light broth. This was really good. Next up is a modern version of a potato pancake, rendered in pork fat. It's a truffle bomb, and the chef made it such as consistency as gnocchi. This was really good too. Next up are rice cakes with different versions of butters. One's an onion butter, a seasonal butter, and an herb butter. The fish dish was prepared in French style with a beurre blanc herb sauce. It was delicious. The duck dish is phenomenal. Duck breast with buckwheat seed, duck leg sous vide, blackberry red wine with strawberries, burdock chips, and carrot puree. Is really good. Great balance of crispy, sweet, salty, and savory. This is hanwoo strip loin with kimchi apple, chives, bean pate, rice greens for sam. This was the best steak dish along our trip. We will have this again. A Korean noodle dish, Eats Meets West. It was very good, not too heavy. This their version of shaved ice had some milk, ice, and truffles. The ice cream had pine nuts, whiskey. It was creamy, nutty, and caramelly. It was great balance, but not too sweet. And super nice of them to make our anniversary a little bit more special. We definitely appreciate it. After a large meal, we had to work out our meal, so we went to Seoul Tower. 2 options, take a tram up or hike it. We decided to hike it. So join us on this one. Super easy to access by taxi. They'll drop you off by a tram station, short walk to the trailheads. Then from there, you walk up to that tower back there. You can see a lot of city along the way and the views are really spectacular. From there, you buy tickets to actually go up to the tower. I think they're about 20 bucks around there. And the company did a really good audio visual along the way up to the elevator, as you can see here, and also in the next room. And while you wait for the elevator, they have seasonal change in the background. And finally, once you're up there, you can see 360 around the tower. Definitely worth the hike, and the views are great. So we will come back again. And there is a burger joint right on top with Korean fried chicken. Highly recommend it. Next up is Eatanic Garden, which is a 2 Michelin Star restaurant located in Gyeongbokgung Palace. Should be good if it has its own button to the elevator. So we start out with this gorgeous presentation of birch tree water with chrysanthemum. It was good.
The apple and then lemon citrus and finishes sharp.
Oh, okay. They also gave you a little card for each dish and the main ingredient. So we start with bamboo shoot. This is a bamboo shoot milk and rice. It was so delicious, rich, and in depth and flavor. Next up is fried dough with 18-month aged cheese and veggies. It was ooey, gooey, chewy, and delicious. So next up with the origami motif, it is a modern version of small Korean snacks. Japchae, tartare, seaweed snack, everything was amazing. Deconstructed japchae, tartare was delicious. Seaweed chip was my favorite. It was not fishy and not too sweet. Next up is Korean Magoli, which is their liquor. This one was herby, fresh, and light, wasn't overpowering. The next dish is a mix of fatsia shoot, shrimp, cuttlefish, pine nut soy paste sauce, fried fatsia shoot with shrimp. It is all really good. And lots more Magoli if we want it. For the soybean dish, it was caviar or soybeans, delicious, smoky, and well balanced, but not too salty. The tomato dish was constructed with seafood gelée with octopus, fish, tomato, gazpacho with kimchi. It is really good, great depth of flavor. There's also some flour or diced kimchi. It was spot on. Light kimchi, not overpowering.
Only one is good.
For the spring green dish, it was 9 types of greens with grouper and rice. There's a grouper soup with bean paste. Fish was cooked to perfection. It was homey, earthy, a grounded dish. I really love this dish. This is your traditional chicken with ginseng, red jujube, angelica. It was sticky rice. All those soup ingredients were placed into the sticky rice modern dish.
Both and the ginseng together. Please enjoy together.
This was a taro dish, had beef, abalone, taro salad with kimchi dressing. Really good. Everything had a great texture. The hamburger with abalone was sublime. The taro was the best. It was meaty, salty, and stood against the beef as counterparts.
Just want to quickly show you how your food is getting made. I'll give you a tour. Yeah. Actually, in the kitchen, this is a 3 parts, and this is the area we make hot food. So during the service, we have light in and down. That way, we can see the food more clearly. They're playing fish course right now, and you can probably hear it from out there. So when we start like we call the food, they call back. This is a guest list today. Already switching to traditional about, and we always do our work. Quarter of the day, and this changes every day actually. But this is time for us to have fun. If you look at the wall, that's the motto of the restaurant. It's like let's get better every day. So we're actually running one more restaurant called Myeongdong. It's one of the Western style. And this is what came here to.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. And we had like a whole hands event with Chef Julian from Odell, Singapore. So like when we do events or when chefs come eat, like they kind of do a message. Charcoal, so we have 2 charcoal set up, one in the back, so back's for the fish, this is for the meat, so when we cook the meat we smoke with the hay.
After a fantastic chef's presentation of the kitchen, it was an amazing experience. Let's move on to the next dish. And this dish is about canola, a buckwheat noodle with different parts of canola with kimchi snow, light and delicious. For strawberry, they had a Korean rice fried snack with strawberries, rice water strawberry. Rice water was a strawberry bomb, so infused. The snack was light and delicious too.
In Korean means mogor and momuri means
So magwort is a Korean fern. They made a dessert out of this with magwort ice cream, rice cake with orange and magwort, mochi ice cream with magwort. It was sticky, fresh, spring tasting, almost Christmas-like.
traditional herbal beverage made with omija, Korean wild berry, ginseng, and
The last course is their famous dessert box, has a ginseng tea, chocolates, persimmon. By this time we were so full, but everything was really good. Thank you so much for joining us on our adventure to Seoul, Korea. If you like this content, please click and subscribe. It'll help us out. Our next stop is Jeju Island.